Today I'm going to be talking about Fire Prevention Month. So let's go ahead and get started. So to start off, what is this year's Fire Prevention Month theme? This year's Fire Prevention Month theme is Cooking Safety Starts With You, emphasizing the importance that you should always keep an eye on your cooking appliances. Now, I know a lot of times we talk about this, around wintertime, around Thanksgiving, and around the holidays. But this year we are talking about it a little earlier, and it should apply all year round. But again, the big emphasis here is, you need to be keeping an eye on your cooking appliances, making sure that you're taking that thing out of the oven before it burns, making sure that you're not leaving stuff, making sure that you're following proper safety protocols. So, what can I do during Fire Prevention Month? During Fire Prevention Month, you can create a fire escape plan. It's essential to know what to do in case of a fire emergency. Now, I made a couple, very basic tips for Fire Prevention Month. And these also apply to Fire Prevention Week, but these also should apply all year round. It's really, really important to be making sure that you're testing your smoke detectors. I know that they say to test them every month. Um, I test them almost every week. It's really, really important to make sure those smoke alarms are working. It's also important to make sure you're checking your fire extinguishers. Making sure that your fire extinguishers are up to date as well as your smoke detectors are up to date. Another big one is keeping matches away from children. And now this one goes all year round, just like all the other ones. Making sure that we're keeping our matches away, putting them in a container that children cannot get to them, or high up, or a locked cabinet, of course. Never leave burning candles unattended. Another one that I usually um, go over around Christmas time. It's really important to make sure that you're not leaving burning candles unattended. Um, a lot of fake candles are a good option and are very fire safe. Never leave burning candles unattended if you're going to leave the room. And one of our tips is never leave cooking appliances unattended, which is basically our fire prevention month theme this year. So we're basically making sure again that we're keeping an eye on our cooking appliances. Another point of emphasis is checking for electrical hazards around your home, making sure that you have proper GFCI protection, making sure that you have cover plates, making sure that you have GFCI receptacles. It is really important to make sure that you are electrical safe. And if you're not sure, the best option I can tell you is you should probably be contacting your local electrician, have them go out or come out to inspect your system. You do not want to do it yourself. You may not, maybe you are an electrician, but it's also always good to have another opinion. That's always what I do. If I have electrical work done, I have someone else survey it just to make sure that it's in good shape. It's also important to have a family fire escape plan in case of a fire emergency. I'll also show a quick picture of that. But yeah, it is really important to make sure that you have have a fire escape plan in case of emergency. Smoke detectors. Smoke detectors should be replaced every 10 years. Making sure that you're updating them. If you have a detector from 2010 at this point, it needs to be replaced. 2011 replaced. Um, you know, um, 2022 needs to be, 2012, sorry, needs to be replaced at this point. And this video is being videotaped in October of 2023. So obviously, if you're watching this video down the road, obviously the years are going to pass. But make sure that you obviously make sure that you're updating these things, making sure that they're all up to code. I know one of the biggest things I really like in the smoke alarm industry now is there are now 10-year sealed battery smoke alarms. Now, what is a 10-year sealed battery smoke alarm, you may ask? Well, a smoke alarm like this has a 10-year sealed battery inside of it. And what this allows you to do, allows you to have a smoke alarm without having to replace the battery. So basically, you don't have to replace the battery. It's just up on the wall or in the ceiling, and you have to replace it obviously when it becomes 10 years. But there will be no issues with it, hopefully. Uh, from what I've heard a lot of positive feedback about them. I did have one at one point. I ended up giving it to my grandma. Um, she needed a smoke alarm, and I found that it was more effective to give her one that was 10-year sealed battery so that she didn't have to worry about replacing those batteries. It can get really annoying having to do that. Also recommend it maybe for hotels. Maybe you have a hotel where you have standalone smoke alarms and you need a replacement. Maybe do 10-year sealed batteries. Then you don't have to replace the batteries. It's one less burden or one less thing you have to worry about. Now that does not mean you don't go out and purchase the ones with the batteries. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you have options. Another point of emphasis, making sure that you're testing your CO detectors. Many of you probably know that CO is a odorless poisonous gas which can kill you. It's really important to make sure that you have these. I know that I have two of them in my home, one upstairs and one downstairs, one in the furnace room, one upstairs in the hallway. The kitchen. It's really important to make sure that you have these. Some smoke alarms actually are smoke and CO detectors altogether. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but it might be a good option if you don't want to buy two units. So you can buy a smoke alarm and a carbon monoxide alarm in one, which is pretty cool. But again, emphasizing the point that CO detectors are important as well. I will now go ahead and show you my Fire Prevention Month webpage. All right, I am now on the Fire Prevention Month and Fire Prevention Week webpage. This is on my own website, the Fire Alarm 33 website. So as you can tell, I have a lot of stuff on here. Um, So a couple things. I have the theme, Cooking Safety Starts With You, as you can tell. I also have Fire Prevention Week, which runs from October 8th to October 14th, 2023. Either way, this page is going to be active the entire month of October. I will not be taking it down until obviously, it's the end of the month. But I'm going to be keeping it up so everybody can see. Um, I also have a couple things. I have a document. I have a presentation. I'm not going to be opening these right now because you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing, unfortunately, with the editor I'm using. But you can also see that I also have some videos. This is a Fire Prevention Week smoke and CO detector testing video I made last year. It's pretty cool. I test some smoke and CO detectors around my house. I also check some fire extinguishers and a couple other things around my home, which is pretty cool. I also have a little text box down here. It says, for more information on Fire Prevention Week and Fire Prevention Month, visit the National Fire Protection Association's website page. This is very useful information. You can go here and you can get information. I'm not going to be going onto their website, but I can tell you that they have some more information on there. Obviously, this is not going to be every single thing you can get for Fire Prevention Month, but it's very basic, very standard, and I think will work. And I think it's going to be a really good thing. It's really important to emphasize the importance that Fire Prevention Month and Fire Prevention Week are very important topics. I like to mention them because they're one of the most important things I like to go over, especially this time of year. Questions. If you have any questions, comment below. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe.